Hello, beautiful souls. This is Amy Dean, and I have another question here from one of our community members. And so, as a reminder, every Tuesday we have a poll, but you can also add your own questions around what you want to experience, what kind of transformation you want to experience when it comes to your spiritual awakening. And of course, please let us know. And then I am looking at these comments. I am personally responding to each and every one of you so that we can move into alignment and start to heal together as a community. So with that being said, I have a question here. And the community member said, I have a bunch of projects and ideas I am stuck bringing to fruition. I know I can't do it all. I just can't figure out how most efficiently to move forward and if what I'm creating is even possible. And then, of course, she stops herself and says, yes, well, it is possible. But it's still this feeling of I have a lot of projects, I have a lot of things to focus on. How do I hone in on them, right? How do I start to make progress? So this is for you also. If you find you get overwhelmed, if you are a person that struggles with indecision, if you find that you're trying so many different projects, so many things, and it's like nothing's sticking, you're not really making any momentum, and you're just feeling stuck maybe as a whole in all areas or just one area of your life. So to answer this question, and thank you for bringing this forth, but I would say that the first thing that we want to look at, and this is just my specialty here, is to look at this fragmentation of our mind, to look at what is really happening here first. Let's kind of dial it back. Let's rewind. So in her statement, I have a bunch of projects and ideas that I'm bringing to fruition. There's this kind of feeling of, I don't know if it is overwhelm, but it feels like overwhelm, or it feels like a lot is happening, chaos perhaps. And it doesn't feel grounded, right? It doesn't feel like this energy is coming through in the right way, which makes sense of feeling like I got to choose just one, right? Or I can't do all of it. So this is true. We do have human limitations here, but let's look at this fragmentation of our mind for a moment. And let's just notice that you have so many subpersonalities. You have parts of you that are, of course, trying to drive you in an achievement sort of direction. You have parts of you that are procrastinators and they do not want to head in any kind of productive, experience of moving forward. So you have different parts of you with different polarized ideas about what they want and about what they need. That's really important. So just sit with that for a moment. There are so many parts of you, and you might even say out loud sometimes to friends or family, a part of me feels this way, or a part of me feels that way. These are different aspects of yourself. These are important. They are not who you are. They are just fragmentations of different aspects of yourself that have accumulated over time as a result of your inner wounding, which is your inner child wounding. And this wounding is either abandonment, survival, it has to do with disempowerment and shame. Those are our 4 core wounds. Knowing that, let's come back to this question around, I have a bunch of projects and ideas. So when we are overwhelmed, or when we have too much on our plates, or when we don't know how to stick to just one thing, the problem lies in that there's different parts of us that are polarized. So the first thing to do is to take a step back, to take a deep breath, and to identify who in me, which parts of me really want me to do XYZ project, which parts of me don't want to do any projects, which parts of me are really overwhelmed. This is a journaling activity for you. So I encourage you to sit with this for a moment and just notice, is there a procrastinator in here? Is there a part of me that has FOMO, right? Fear of missing out on if I choose just one thing? Is there a part that's afraid that if I choose, option A versus option B, that all of a sudden I'm going to miss out on something, or I'm not going to be happy. I will not find joy at the end of that road. And therefore I have to kind of be in decision mode rather, around which to do and which option to take. So identifying an awareness is number 1. Sitting with that and finding out which part of me is feeling this way. Number 1, so important. And several parts probably are showing up. And I encourage all of you to journal this whenever you feel overwhelmed, whenever you need a grounded experience of what is happening in my mind, and to take a few deep breaths in when this is happening, and to utilize this prayer, or you can call it an affirmation even, where you place your hand on your heart and you just close your eyes for a moment and you just affirm, I am love. Right? I am love. You might even say, I am infinite. I am infinite love. And knowing that you are infinite love means that you can do anything, and your soul is always guiding you towards the next best thing. But when these parts of you are stuck, when these parts have walls up and they are completely polarized, you are not going to know which way to turn. And your soul will not be guiding the way, and your intuition will be completely blocked. So it's important to identify who these are and to say this statement to yourself to come back to this grounding, to even ask the question after you feel grounded, what would my higher self do? What would my highest self do right now? Right? How can I lead as love even? What would my higher self do, or how can I lead as love? So these are some important tools. Really, really hope that you take these to heart and start to apply them, because the more you understand your inner world, the happier you're going to be, the more space you're going to have in your mind, and you won't have this whole monkey mind thing going on anymore. So let me know what you think. I always encourage you to let me know in the comments what this was like for you, any follow-up questions too for future videos, and I look forward to connecting with you very soon.